Oh no, I've turned into Santa Claus. Welcome everyone to the year challenge where I get to grow my beard for a year. That year is pretty nearly up. What I'm thinking about today is the most common objection I get from people who don't like my beard, and that is that my beard makes me look old. That I look like an old man, and for that reason I should shave my beard off and become young again. Now, is that really true? Well, I've certainly noticed a change in attitude from people around me since I've grown the beard. For example, I was on the London Underground, the metro, the Underground Railway in London recently, and a chap offered me a seat. I was stood up and he let me sit down. He must have been in his 40s, but quite clearly he thought I was old enough to need to sit down rather than stand up. I hadn't noticed that before the beard. I passed another man on the Underground and he said to me, or shouted out to me, "Hey Pops, love the beard." I think he must have been from Australia or somewhere, but nevertheless, again, he thought I was old enough to be a grandfather, which perhaps I am. And young people too, they're treating me now with more respect. It's really rather nice. I get called sir and people open doors for me and things. It's restored my faith in the young generation. Quite clearly, they're not all mad and vandals or whatever. A lot of them really do know how to show respect, and quite clearly they think that I am due that respect owing to my advanced age. But is it really true? Do beards actually make you look older? Well, it depends partly on whether you are old now. If you actually are old, then a beard may make you look your age. But if you're a young man now, it's actually fashionable still to have a beard. Most of the young men I know these days, people in their 20s and 30s, actually have a beard. You're in good company. People expect it. They're not surprised by it. It doesn't look unfashionable because it isn't. Now, it will make you look a bit more mature and authoritative. Perhaps that's why Joe Root, who currently is captain of the England Test cricket team, is trying to grow a beard, because he looks like he's just come out of school, and the beard is an attempt to give him a little bit more of an air of age and authority, and it can really help you like that. People might walk a little bit carefully around you if you have a big bushy beard. It'll give you that little bit more of maturity and authority. But what if you actually are older now? Will a beard make you look older still? So what about older men with beards? Well, when you get to my age, it's not quite the same. I actually am already old. So the question of whether my beard makes me look old is really rather a different one. Now, a beard can have an aging effect on you if you're my age, because it's a white beard, particularly if it's kind of scruffy looking. It can have the effect of making you look even older than you would have done without it, which is fair enough. Now, again, you can rationalize that to some extent. The fact that your beard is fashionable among younger men isn't really that much help to you with your detractors, I've found. If you say to them, well, look, actually, this is fashionable and I've got it all trimmed the right way and everything, they will say to you, well, look, it doesn't work because you're old. It makes it look like you're trying to pretend that you're still young, and it doesn't work. It makes you look silly or stupid. Now, to be fair, you know, if you're talking to people like that, you're never going to make them like your beard. No matter what argument you come up with, they're going to trash the whole thing regardless. So you just have to effectively get used to the fact that they don't like it. That's one of the things I found about my year of growing the beard, about myself, about how you deal with people who don't like something that you're doing but you want to carry on doing it. It shows what sort of character you have, what sort of problems you have, and how you overcome them. But is there anything you can do, even as an older man, to make you look less old and still keep the beard? The smarter the style you have, the less aging it will look. At least that's my feeling. Maybe you can disagree. By all means, make comments. Any feedback, that's great. But the smarter the style you have, the more it looks like you care about what you look like. It looks like you're still taking care of yourself, and that is less aging than if you're really, really scruffy and you look like a tramp. It can also make you look more distinguished or venerable. There's one of these comedy birthday cards you can give where it says something like, "Men don't grow old, they just get more important." It's a picture of two chaps with very large moustaches. And that's the sort of look it gives you. It makes you look like a retired ambassador or something if you have a long beard, but that's smartly trimmed. Then, of course, there are the psychological considerations. It depends how you think about it. And if you go onto some of the other sites that I've seen on YouTube, the professionals and so on, and other people like me, that tends to be the approach. If you think about it differently, you'll feel better about it. And they've got a point. One site, for example, his argument was that a beard doesn't make you look old, but it does make you look older. Now, again, I think that really depends on whether you are old or not in the first place. If you're a young man, a beard gives you that bit more gravity, but it won't make you look ancient, whereas for me, perhaps it will. But it's a way of thinking about it. The way I really like thinking about this is that actually a beard simply makes you look your age. And shaving your beard off and going clean shaven and trying to look like a prepubescent boy has the effect of making you look artificially younger. I look old because actually I am old. And this beard isn't like a hat that I've put on or a coat or something that makes me look older. It is actually part of me as much as any other part of me, from my feet to the top of my head. It makes me look old because I really am already. It doesn't actually make me look any older than I am. Again, it's a way of thinking about it that might be helpful to you. But of course, in the end of the day, what really matters is what your objectives are. What is it you're trying to achieve with your beard? And are there other more important things that you're also trying to achieve? Now, if you're a young man, you might find that attracting women is really, really important to you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think I'm being politically incorrect by saying so. That looking good in front of the girls is something that you value. And it may be that your beard isn't helping you with that. Young ladies, as far as I can understand them, seem to prefer no beard at all or designer stubble. I don't know why that is. Maybe some of you psychologists out there can tell me why. But that seems to be, anecdotally at least, what they prefer. So it may be that that is more important to you, and that will affect how you feel about your beard. You may have to change your style so it's a style that the ladies like. Now, to be fair, beards are fashionable, and most young men seem to have them, and therefore it's in some ways meeting ladies' expectations. When they look at men, most of them have beards anyway at the moment, or at least a large enough number to make it seem normal. So perhaps, again, it's not too much to your detriment. Also, you might find, of course, that having a beard, a longer beard, means that you attract only the ladies who appreciate you for who you really are underneath the beard. They're not attracted to you for some other reason. You filter out people that you don't want, basically. Now, of course, you might find you're filtering out too much. I don't know. It really depends what's important to you. So you might have to rethink perhaps what you're doing. For me, I honestly don't care. The fact that my beard might make me look a little bit older is of no consequence to me at all. I genuinely don't give a hoot. Now, of course, it matters to me what people say about me. Yeah, I'm a bit thin-skinned, and if people say, I don't like this because it makes you look beard, it makes you look old, that really hurts and it matters to me. Okay, but that's a very different issue. That's about what people are saying. It's not about whether I care about whether I look older. Actually, I find it rather fun to pretend that I'm older than I am. You know, to actually make people be respectful towards me. And it's like being a spy and going undercover. In this case, under the cover of a beard. It's rather fun than otherwise. Well, that's my take on it. Maybe you feel differently. But in the end of the day, that's the important thing. How do you feel about it? And is there something more important to you than your beard? If not, just enjoy the beard. Forget about the rest of it. I've just transformed myself back into St. Nicholas to wish you the compliments of the season. A very Merry Christmas to you all, and a happy and prosperous New Year, particularly if you're growing your beard. I hope it goes well. So, bye everyone, see you next time.